Weekly wrap up. Hey, folks that were in the retirement session program, the recording will render whenever we're done with this Zoom and close down the Zoom room. I'll be able to render the recording. So be on the lookout for that. Tom, you just mentioned we're going to do a weekly wrap up, or not a weekly, a weekend preps club before the close. So folks in the WPC program, expect that before the
I'm going to wait till the last minute to get it out.
Okay.
Hey, Jonathan, do me a favor, text Martha and give her that tune. She wants to hear it.
I got it, J-Ro.
Okay, thank you.
Adam, it's making the top 10 list around Alabama.
Now you got to start somewhere, Tom.
Hey, David, good to see you. That's a good idea. Philip says post it in the chat. That way everybody can spread it around. Shelby took a nice trade. All right, let's get going here. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and all that came before. Been trading for a long time, former Air Force officer. Hello, Debbie from Kansas, active trader since the 70s, former member of Chicago Mercantile Exchange. I worked with students since 1996. 3 books sort of outline the history of how we got here today. Winning the day trading game, markets never sleep, and trade to win. DTI will help you master the markets through education, training, and experience. Now, the gold program, yesterday we outlined, I hope they got the slide, but if you really want to save a lot of money over the course of next year, join the gold program, and that will exempt you from all the services, and that way you can just get all these trades and choose which ones you want to. I think we're about 190 trades right now, pushing about 90% accuracy. Pretty good stuff. And as most people tell me, the gold programs, they wish they had known about it when they were new. And there it is. Yeah, there's a list of some of the programs. We didn't list them all, but we listed a lot of those programs that you get by joining the gold program. Now, if you got any questions, you can apply to speak with a team member at dtitrader.com/gold. Currently, we're keeping the price the same, but I think there's a price increase coming. So make sure that if you're interested, you let somebody know, get it locked in, make it work to your schedule. Okay? That'll be the plan. In my opinion, the current market's being defined by Genesis, as I explained today when we had the train and trade. You saw today's market basically top out up there during the Genesis time period. And we came down and we've sort of stayed here. We got numbers for further lows. For the S&P, it's below 67.55. That takes you there. Caroline, if you're already a VIP, it does not affect your status on those programs. No. Retirement Center is, we had a meeting today at 2. We're holding firm. Some of the stocks we got in there is, we'll call it how to make your retirement look great in the last half of the year. It's looking great right now. If you want to learn and see how to do it, hit that link, come in, open an account with Tasty Trade, send the email to bro@DTI Trader, and that's how we educate inside the retirement account. By the way, I talked to Emily from Tasty Trade. If you'll put DTI is who sent you, that helps them keep you all in a group. I'm trying to keep everybody in a group. That's the idea. That way, if one of us has a problem, we speak with a big central voice. The recording for retirement, Robin, should be in the link should be posted in the retirement thing, the retirement Telegram channel.
Tom and everybody else is going to render after we're done with this Zoom. It doesn't render until the Zoom room is.
Oh, okay. So it'll be later on this afternoon.
Yeah, and I'll post it to the channel.
Okay, so we're looking at retirement for a year, and then we got the weekly newsletter here, $9.99 for a year, and they'll post that link in their mail for you. All right, here's our third day, so things are starting to stack up. Jonathan, take it away.
Yeah, let's get this updated here. Almost done with the day. Which means we almost have a 3-day high and low to work from.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier, is that the opening of the month is pretty far down there. 67.25.
Yep.
And we're about 30 points from the high, about in the mid area. I can see when they bought it down there at 55, probably close to the midpoint of the day.
Oops. Should be 313, not 213. Okay, we're updated. Just like Tom just said, let's compare the current price to the range. S&P is closer to the high for the month so far. The NASDAQ, the same. The Dow, yep, closer to the high than the low. Not quite as strong as the S&P and NASDAQ though. Crude oil, closer to the lows. Gold, closer to the highs. And silver, closer to the highs. Finally, bonds, closer to, actually, bonds are, I don't know, kind of stuck in between, I guess. Yeah, pretty close to the middle of the range on bonds. Bonds, of course, trade in half 30 seconds, so this goes up to 0.32.
I got out, I was long a bond, Jonathan. I had ordered to get out at 17.14. Got filled at 17.14 today. I was happy about that fill.
Absolutely. Bitcoin closer to the highs, and then we can cycle through all the stocks. Now it's going to be a little bit easier to see after today, because I'll be able to drag the columns over that will tell us if the stock is above or below the high and low from the first 3 days of the month of October. We had a good review of this at the earlier training trade session, and if you need to review,
the interesting thing about Bitcoin is that I said I thought it would get to 125. I guess the next stop this year would be 132. You ought to write that down. 132. So we get to 132.
132,000. I would assume you mean
132,000. Jonathan, somebody would say, how do I download the spreadsheet?
See, somebody, whoever said that, there's the slides for today, and the spreadsheet is on slide number 11. Once you get to the slides, you can just point and click. By the way, I was going to mention we are live on YouTube. If you head over to the YouTube channel, dtitrader.com/YouTube, and check the tab that says live, you can find today's recording. You can also find the training trade recordings that we've done this week as well. So speaking of train and trade, we have a new week starting next week. Let's see what we're going to cover. We have a feature of the roadmap that's called Numbers That Pay, and you can use it every single day of the week. It changes slightly every single day of the week. So part of our focus during next week's sessions is going to be on that Numbers That Pay feature. So Mondays, how the Numbers That Pay can jumpstart the trading week. Tuesday.
You know, what I did, folks, I used to do all this by hand. I had the programmer get in there, roll up his sleeves, and program it where it automatically gives you the key numbers that I look at each day. And they change over the course of the week. First time I did that, people go, wow, that's really handy. It's a great feature inside the roadmap. The Numbers That Pay. Boy, do they. All you got to do is ask people that uses what we do. And Tuesday's numbers, we'll show you how they integrate into trade day. Wednesday got a little different numbers on Wednesday, about halfway through the week. That's October the 8th. We'll call that Yogi Berra Day. October 9th, how to set up the second half of the week with the Numbers That Pay. We'll call that Roger Maris Day. October 10th, be Friday, the last day of the week. The precision we get to with those Numbers That Pay. All right, what's going to be on the agenda next week? Let's see what the world says. Meeting minutes, they'll come out at 2 o'clock one day. That'll be on Wednesday. Trade balance on Tuesday. Friday, U.S. households. And by the way, just a special announcement. I heard that the Bureau of Labor said that as soon as the government opens back up, they will schedule the unemployment numbers and get those out. So that could pop in any day if you see. That makes any day next week possibility being a big day because that's one of the biggest reports of the month. Levi Strauss and EPAC next week, earnings. Shutdown. We'll keep our eyes every day. Today they extended the vote to this afternoon, which makes RB4 important. So now we got to look at whether they're doing it during 10:30 to 11 like they were doing it, or they're moving it to this afternoon. That's what the power of Genesis is to help us integrate what we see and what we hear. News next week. A lot of these will be delayed with the government shutdown, and we'll just have to play it day by day, I think. You got Powell sticking his foot in his mouth on Thursday. That's our schedule next week. Futures First, the highlight of Monday there at 7 o'clock. Tuesday, we have Connect the Dots and Train and Trade. We got a class next week, Monday and Tuesday, here in Ponte Vedra. Beta session on Thursday, SPX, and then Train and Trade. We had two big winners this week in our SPX/XSP, but they learned so much what we taught this week. How'd I know? They tell me that. So why does the Genesis Hour matter so much? Number one, the first time U.S. is dancing on its own. All the overseas markets are closed. If you look back to a bullish reversal yesterday, we're at the lows. Market did what? Look at where they were trading down there at 67.41, rallied all the way to 6,800 today off that low call yesterday. Now, if you learn to look at Genesis and use it inside your approach to the market, you're going to be a lot more successful. Take it from me or just listen to me talking about winning the day trading game, I guess we'll say. Today, you had a bearish reversal, and you need to know about the odds. 4 out of 5 days, it marks the high or low and the top or bottom, plays out that way. The continuation day is where you go big. The continuation day where it keeps going in that direction. Very rare that happens. 4 out of 5 days, 80% of the time, you'll see a short-term top, short-term bottom. That should help you gauge when you're going to pull your money off the table, right? Knowing this timing. First time some of you heard it, said, what is he talking about? Well, I'm talking about making more money. This is what this is about. The Genesis. What I did, it was working me to death, so I took the computer and we programmed this algorithm to keep up with it, where it puts us in control, not Wall Street. It generates those alerts around that time, whether I'm in front of the computer or not. And you can tell by coming right to your phone. It's so valuable. I can't even talk. It gives you entry price, profit targets, and all that right in the palm of your hand. The membership is pretty neat. Every day, Genesis will scan through the biggest, most liquid stocks out there, SPY, QQQ, IWM, Gold, and USO. It tells you how these tickers are going to move, like, you know, that's what you're looking for. Getting that ding, getting entry price, stop loss where you're wrong and where your target is. Good trades during this time of day when you get a direction. Like today. Yeah, today what I did, I shorted the TQQ calls and they expired worthless. That was a trade I did right after we met on Train and Trade. But if you learn this, it puts money in your pocket. How many of you really want to take this and integrate it into what you do? Give me a yes if you want to integrate this into how you look at each day. If you like being right, the answer should be yes. There's one yes. Lynette said yes. Jeannie said yes. Debbie, Carol, yeah, pretty good stuff. Right inside the Telegram channel. Computer all programmed, sets up. If you can read long, short, or out, it tells you what to do. And that's very important if you're trying to trade your own money. Got a master class on that. Boot camp straight away on how to trade options. We give that to people because we want you to be educated. I know a lot of people go, why do you spend so much time on education? Because I find if I can teach you, heck, makes me look good if you get it down. Comes right during that Genesis time frame. Beautiful thing, right to your phone. Like today when it started breaking down. It will isolate some of these markets that are really great trades and send them to you. Everything to take advantage of those. I don't know, anybody use the extra $1,000? Prim got it. Old Whitney, she always pays for that subscription. Just about every program we have. Anyway, if you want to sign up, go to dtitrader.com/Genesis or call 904-706-3532. It can't be more simpler than knowing the time, knowing the prices, and doing it. Jerry, we're going to put that trade out in about 15 minutes. Are you a member of the Telegram channel, Jerry, for the Weekend Side Hustle? That's the best way to get the information. And if you have any questions, send Roe at DTI Trader an email, and he'll be glad to help you. That's for your access to Genesis right there. Any questions? Jonathan, let's implement the Weekend Side Hustle setup. Go out 21 days.
Okay, 21 days.
See what I do, I have structured type trades like the Weekend Side Hustle, like Genesis, like all these, where just through that code word expiration I gave, he knows exactly what to send out. Nothing complicated about it. But if you want to focus on Genesis, you can call. If you've got any questions about it, call 904-706-3532. If you got any questions at all, yes, it comes along, Lynette. It comes right. It's a Telegram channel that's posted in, and all you do, it alerts you on your phone when there's a signal. High tech. I mean, I tell everybody about this time frame, and it doesn't register until you go in and make $4,000 or $5,000 from using it. You go, oh, that's a good time frame. Oh, me. Greg, I used options on the TQQ. I did a bearish spread on TQQ. I sold the 106, 107 calls that expired today. Robin, the Telegram name is Weekly Side Hustle. Going to be a good week, I believe, when he goes in the record books. I think, Jonathan, how many starting in October, how many trades have we closed out so far for the month of October successfully?
Said 5-0 earlier today.
5-0, right? Okay. 5-0. That's not a bad start, because typically we don't get aggressive until after today. Then we get aggressive. And again, like I said, we've got a class Monday and Tuesday. So get to see a bunch of people and all that. Jean Marie's going to attend. St. John's coming. The programmer to the roadmap's coming. He wanted to come back to a class. Thought that was pretty cool. I got real big things happening with the roadmap. We'll go to a live market in a little bit. Does anybody have any questions about Genesis? Right. It's called the Weekend Side Hustle is called the Weekend Profits Club. Same name, same program, Robin. Nobody's got any questions about Genesis? Lynette had one. I answered that. Anybody else have any questions about Genesis? Key time frame during the day gives you a signal long, short, or out. Been helpful to you if it had it today, because look at what happened today, how we had the high in place. Came down. Now I know if we break 67.55 Sunday night, we're going lower. Write that number down. Okay. Let's draw out today's action for everybody. Jonathan, put E-mini beside the NASDAQ. If you will, draw Genesis for the E-mini, and I'll give you some numbers to take into Monday night, okay? You got 60, let's just call it 6,800 to the upside, 67.55 to the downside. Write those two numbers down and go in Sunday night. For the NASDAQ, it's 251.45 to the upside. It looks like 249.25 to the downside for the NASDAQ. I've got a couple questions on Tesla. Put Tesla in one of those charts. Mary Ann, we'll let Jonathan answer your question. Your subscription might have ran out. You got to double check. Okay, that's Tesla. Okay, let's find Genesis for Tesla today. It works for any ticker. Let's find it. He'll circle it if you will. So what Tesla did today, that's a continuation pattern on Tesla. See how it kept going lower at 11:30 to 12. That's Tesla. All right, put the QQQ in there now. Let's see what it did. Circle Genesis, please. It marked the high of the day. it's a concept that everybody that's ever picked up a mouse to trade with better know, because people that are informed, and who are people informed? People that study under me to learn this stuff. Nobody's teaching this. Learn it. It will make you money. Jonathan, I think I'm about to wrap up another great week. We're perfect as we go into the weekend. We'll come back next week, try to find some more trades. We put out a weekend side hustle trade, and we'll just see where this market takes us. So far in October, it looks fairly strong, though, I'll tell you that.
It was another great week. Lots of good trades, good education, capped by the day. Tom, you're keeping us on the right side of the market. That's why everybody's here. So thank you.
Yep. Jonathan, I do need you to print off today what we got on the 3-day algo, where I can do my work over the weekend to be ready to go Sunday night.
Sounds good. We'll do it.
Folks, y'all have a great day. Thanks for y'all's support. I appreciate it. And Shova says, I love the way you teach the SPX/XSP. Well, you made 40% in the last 2 days. You ought to love it, Shova.
And for those that want to learn a little bit more about Genesis, T-Buzz, I'm going to play the longer,
the full length version.
Yep.
All right, he's going to play the full length version. Let it play.
1 second. One second, everybody. Just pulling that up.
Let me give you a couple numbers before I get started. 5/40/31. Night 2023 through November 11th, 2024. Audit took real issue trade alerts. This is real alerts that went out in the market using this. It averaged a 78% win rate with a 17.8% average and a 6.2%, this is important, average over a 2-day hold time. That's really big, folks. See our terms on the home page for more information. Now, in trading, there will be losers. There's no black box miracle system that prints out winning trades automatically. The whole purpose of our research is to try to give you an edge in the markets. Now, if you can't handle a losing trade, you probably shouldn't be trading, should you? Again, losses in trading have occurred and will occur in the future. For folks that don't know me, I'm Tom Busby. I've been trading a long time. I've learned a lot. I'd say I got my education through the School of Hard Knocks. My private trading academy at DTI, you might know me from that. I've been involved for over 40 years educating people. Now, if we have range-bound activity in the markets, you got to have a strategy that's going to work, and you got to recognize that's what you got going on. Now, the Fed's holding interest rates. Powell talked today. Same old, same old. He doesn't see a need to lower rates. He might be the only one in America that would agree with that strategy. Over the next few months, there'll be a lot of setups, but they'll be hard to come by the good ones. This makes a great opportunity if you use Genesis. You see, with what we've been able to build is a hands-free trading weapon never existed before. It lays it on your plate at the same time every day. This smart algo is the next generation, automatically sends you high-powered trade alerts on autopilot day in and day out. It works in whether you have volatile moments or stagnant moments. That means you can be anywhere as long as you're in touch with the internet, be away from screens. You can be notified when it's time to act. That famous ding in your pocket, you love to hear it. By the way, you set your phone to get that particular ding, you know what they're saying. It's the money ding. You'll know another high conviction trade has been dialed up. Like recently on Monday, October 7th, you could have been having lunch, out and about, heard that ding, throws you into action, pushed a few buttons on your phone to set the trade, 88% gain. Folks, this is the way to operate. Let the technology work for you. Don't be afraid of it. Or Tuesday, maybe out and get some fresh air, and there's that ding again. Set your trade, 91% gain. Maybe out playing a little tennis. There comes the ding, 48% gain. Maybe you got a dog, you're out walking it. Here's the ding, 96% gain. How about Friday when everything's really slow? Here comes the ding, biggest winner of the week, 107% gain. That's a heck of a week right there. And if you start with a small $1,000 investment into each, after 5 quick trades, about 15 minutes in time, same time, biggest winner of the week, $4,300. I know that everybody here would like to turn trading into this process. Now you've got the tool with the Genesis tool to do that. The smart algorithm that we put together, it's called Genesis. What does that mean? That means no matter what you've done in the past, you can start over, and you start over like the market does every day at this time. Not like any other software or indicator out there. Unlike any trading tool, it does all the legwork for you, delivers it up to you, you know the parameters, and you take the trade. It works like a charm, and I mean literally works like a charm. Each automatic alert includes everything you need to trade, what to buy, whether the market's going up or down, and where, no matter where you're at, if you get that ding. Stock ticker, where you're going to enter, what your target's going to be, where you're wrong, and even a chart to show you what it looks like. Some people say a picture's worth 1,000 deals. That means instead of sitting at your desk, wasting hours a day hunting for those trade setups, your hand delivered, you know it's coming, you have a chance to target next win while doing the things you love. This to show you the effort that went in this. This is not just a 1-year thing, 2-year thing. This is 40 years of market experience, all automated, all in one place for you to take advantage. That is what you're trying to do. You're trying to have this process where your emotions stay out of the game. A whole new way to trade the market, especially with options. Look what happened on September 12th. At the time, the NASDAQ was dead in the order. Not much to write about there, but thanks to Genesis and running around the clock, compiling the data, maybe you went out that morning, had some fun, here comes the ding, and read that QQQ was on the verge of breaking out over the next hour. 78% confidence rate. That's off the charts, folks, to have that kind of confidence when you go into a trade. Quit flipping the coin. Use Genesis. Anybody can set the trade with a few clicks on their phone. Maybe you invested $2,000 back to what you were doing. Sure enough, when everything worked out, your target's there, pop, $1,723. Automatically deposited in your brokerage account as it hit. Now, a quick $1,000 from one trade is great. That's not even close. The consistency this brings to your trading is what you want to have. You don't have to wait days or weeks for the next entry signal. Every day it takes the data and performs. Automatically generating signals up to 5 times per day. That means the smart algorithm literally generates an abundance of trade opportunities every day for you to choose. A wide diversification of tickers to give you the opportunity to put your money in the fastest horse in the race. Here's 3 other trades the same day, on that same day. 76% gain on gold, 164% gain on SPY, 270% gain on IWM. Now, markets don't come with guarantees, do they? There's no magical button for instant wealth. But our internal audit that overlaid hypothetical option trades on live trading signals showed remarkable results. Now, you can't promise that continue. The market can always change. But if you're looking to get rich overnight, probably not for you. But if you're looking for an undeniable edge, that's what you're looking for as a trader. A new way to trade the markets, unlike anything that I ever had before. Look no further. With Genesis, you always have the constant stream of alerts coming to you, and you're choosing. Do you take it or not? With tickers that are leading the pack and breaking out. We chose those. I did, and I chose them for a reason. No more headaches staying at those charts. You've done that too. No more forcing those low probability trades because you're looking for something to do. Genesis does all the heavy lifting for you automatically. So if you want to have a behind the scenes look at this incredible trading breakthrough, stay tuned. Because at the end of the broadcast, a handful of folks will be able to jump in on the next stock Genesis has flagged the breakout. Targeting what could be your next great move. 83%, 96% on gold or the SPY. And if you want in on the next opportunity, which is coming, who wants it? I want to hear from you. Go ahead, open the chat up, let everybody in here, let everybody tell me they want this, what we're going to do. If you want today's trade alert, free of charge, post Genesis in the chat right now if you want it. It's coming. Let me hear you. Everybody here needs to tell me they want it for me to do it. I'm not just going to do it. Perfect. Let's do it. Like I mentioned ago, my name's Tom Busby. I got started in markets back in the 70s. Since then, I've been featured all over the place. Been around all the major financial media. I'm proud that my books are still one of the most valuable resources out there. In fact, I signed 3 of them today for one of our new students. Whether you just get started, been at it for decades like I have, going back to my Globex terminal, that is quite something a lot of people can't say. I had one of 50 electronic terminals outside of Chicago when this whole electronic age started. That was an edge. One of 50 in the world. Worked for some great firms in my career. Some of them went on to bigger and better things. Now, I walked away from Wall Street. I've been on a mission to show you how this works and tap into the same methods that's kept away from you by Wall Street. Here's some of the best stories from some of the students. Bruce said, he follows me. I'm committed to help you make it all the way through the trade. Get you in, get you out, help you learn why you got in and why you got out. He's from Texas. Oh, Bob said he loved the program, up over 2,000. Had no reason not to. Jim said the Genesis algo made him 100% overnight. That's enough there. Jim's from California. Or Jason said 30%. Now, I will reveal how Genesis identified breakout stocks averaging this rate for the past 16 months, works in good times and bad times, good markets and bad times. But remember, there's no get rich quick button when it comes to trading. Have to keep reminding that because it gets exciting when you have something like this. So when you get your hands on it, be smart. Use the signals to help grow your account over time. It's designed to radically change when you enter trades and how you look at markets. Most people believe buying fear or selling greed is the key to becoming a successful trader. Buffett said, when others are fearful, you buy, or sell when others are greedy. Well, that's generally a great approach in theory. It's hard to do, isn't it? Sad reality is it's practically impossible for the average trade to execute during that. When fear is at its peak, the urge to sell can be overwhelming. I had that situation today in a stock, and I thought about this. Always turns out to be the wrong decision. Stock's up $8 for where I felt that way. And greed takes over. Tempt cases keeps jumping in, like crude oil falling 13% yesterday. It lead to devastating offers. So if you ever made critical mistakes in your own trading because you felt the fear of missing out or fear of losing money, it's not your fault. As a human, these emotions are hardwired to keep us safe in our brain. Basic survival instinct. What you need is a way to overcome these human handicaps using a more practical, data-driven approach. When it gives you a clear picture when stock's on the verge of breaking out. That's what I like about Genesis. It's a multi-day strategy. Check out what happened back on July the 9th. At the time, the S&P was stuck going nowhere fast. Traders would have had no clue if the S&P was about to break up or break down. But if you knew on this candlestick right there, it was time to make some money. It was a 78% rate. The SPY had a probability of breaking out the next day. Of course, you buy in, and you didn't have to be at the computer to catch the trade either. In fact, folks have been teeing it up playing golf. Ding, there's that ding. Automatically received the entry signal, profit target, stop loss, you're ready to go. Click a few buttons on the cell phone, watch the SPY hit the profit target the very next day. 730 or 73% gain on ticker SPY. That's not even the best part. Hey, I was in the backyard throwing a football with my granddaughter. She was over yesterday. Placed a quick trade, been paid before dinner time, rolled down many times. 96% gain. 2,000 ECM would have paid out 3406. So you're thinking dollar amounts. How much I'm going to commit for this trade? And that's on charts that gave almost no directional bias to the naked eye. But Genesis was able to turn it into not one, but two big winners. You might wonder how Genesis is able to predict these quick breakouts over and over, sometimes multiple on a single day. It's all thanks to market breakouts that happen during one specific hour of the day, 12 p.m. Eastern. I call this time of day the Genesis hour. You've heard me say that. Now, most so-called experts would lead you to believe that the stock market is dead during the middle of the day. Not this one. Sometimes it is like watching paint dry, but that's where the clues come from. Further from the truth. Pay attention. Look at this. This tells everything you need to know. Look at that. That's when the money flows. When you're looking here at a typical stock market return by each hour of the day, the Genesis hour is where it's at. That's where you want to trade, that midday hour and the afternoon. Hardly any money made in the opening and closing of the day. Just noise takes your money. The real money is made during the Genesis hour, finding the stocks that are going to break out after the whole world determines it's on the U.S. Look at the Russell 2000 small cap back in June. Opening hours, you'd assume nothing going on, going lower. Nothing about a morning drop. Happens all the time. Asia and Europe closed, noise gone. See, the Russell was breaking out after that morning. Here we go. You've been alerted right away automatically. Get it on. 114% gain on IWM. In the morning, markets drifted slightly higher, not a ton of directional bias base to trade on. During the Genesis hour, very consistent. That's what I love about it. Wall Street showed their cards and IWM started breaking out. Once again, put you to sleep in the morning, turned into a massive opportunity. And you didn't have to be there in front of the screen to get it. The computer notified you. Take about 30 seconds, place the trade. You would have seen 125% gain on that particular option. If that's not gorgeous enough for you, watch it happen one more time a few days later. July the 22nd, got that morning noise. Genesis hour breakout comes. Automatic entries notified. Built-in option selection, profit target, and stop loss, 280% gain. 1,000, that one would pay $2,800 in profit overnight. That's what I'm talking about. This is a swing type approach. Now, say you started with 2,500, you've got $7,000 in pure profit. That's cash, cover a few months of car payment, eliminate stress of credit card debt. Heard that went over the top today. An extra $7,000 beef up savings for a rainy day, all from that 24-hour trade. This data might come as a shock to almost anyone here today. I mean, I've been told countless times that there's no money to be made in the middle of the day. People have told me that for years because everyone's off to lunch or taking a break. They want to justify them leaving. But the actual data tells a completely different story. Pay attention. You'll find out a lot about Wall Street. So why stocks breaking out during the middle of the day, during Genesis hour? It's the first time in the day that stocks are able to move freely on their own. What do I mean by that? All the major markets outside the U.S. are closed. And most people have already assumed that 9:30 open bells where it was. That's simply not the case. Day starts a lot earlier in Asia, in the Europe market, in the morning. Get to Genesis, find the stocks that are really breaking happen after 12. This is so great for options or option sellers. Something really special happens once you get that trend. First hour of the day, the overseas markets are closed for the first time that we see Wall Street trading freely on its own without the noise from international markets. That's why we see so many opportunities during the Genesis hour. Because the worldwide competition has been eliminated, U.S. traders are running the show where the money is, folks. And anyone who spots stocks breaking out during the 12th Genesis hour can jump in ahead what would be the next major move. Hey, take a look at what happened on August 19th, 24. At the time, flipping around, not doing a whole lot, not much directional bias, just noise to take your money. But then during the Genesis hour at 12, once the international markets were done for the day, here comes the move. S&P started breaking out. Clear signal Wall Street was buying up stocks in the first real hour of their trading day, and the markets could roar higher. Anyone who placed a quick trade to front run the move could have seen a 45% gain on the SPY. Now, then look what happened next. August 21st, S&P was dropping in the morning. That's just a bunch of noise. Right on time during Genesis hour, it took complete control. Here we go again. The competition was eliminated. Wall Street's in control, officially breaking out. Hey, been out to lunch when this happened? You got the ding. And then heard a ding in your pocket letting you know the S&P was on the move, giving you specific criteria to take advantage of the opportunity at hand. Anyone who clicked a few buttons to follow along could have seen a 67% gain on the SPY. This adds up, folks. And as great as the two big-time winners would have been in a single week, 45 and 67, following along in the Genesis hour could have seen not 2, not 3, but 6 opportunities that week. There it is laid out for you, what you would have saw that week. It's not a rare event to see this. All 6 would have won. Everybody likes to win. And a small 500 in each of these would have produced $1,268 in profit for the week. This is not a life-changing sum of cash, but it's enough to move the needle. No, it's consistent, especially considering that the week before you would have been even better, 5 for 5 with the Genesis Hour. What's that, 11 in a row? Fear of which would have paid 100%, 4 of which would have paid 100%. A small $500 on each of these trades would have paid out a nice $27.89. Are you getting the picture here? This is quite a tool. This reminds me of some of the stop students have said, following the trade alerts in the past. Hugh, 3,655 single day profit on a $2,000 investment. Here's Jim again, another 2,000. Great way to start the month on that month. It's simple, it's straightforward. I love it every time I get these love letters like those. Some of my students, Hugh, Jim, and Ken, know that with all the trading, there's bound to be winners and losers, so never go all in on a single trade. Luckily, you don't have to with Genesis. It's a grind. In just a moment, I'll show you how to be able to leverage these quick moves with explosive, cheap options that only run about $100 per contract. So you can always start small and aim to grow your account over time with Genesis. You get started with as little as $100. I'm sure everyone here can afford to get in that action. Now, of course, in order to get the optimum returns, I wouldn't buy any stock going higher. I want to filter it through the system. I'll teach you that, where you'll know which tickers are the strongest in the market. In other words, the fastest horse, the one leading the pack. Now, if you're following our work for any amount of time, you know I give great trades because I do a process. You heard talk about my custom-built trading technology, the Power Zone. It's revolutionary too. Our team built isolate stocks breaking out. Tool cost us north of $500,000 to get up and running, but it's been worth every cent. And remember, those were dollars that were worth a lot more. Whatever stock crosses in the Power Zone during the Genesis Hour, that means it's leading the pack, breaking out, place to trade. Let Wall Street tell us where it is. Now, once you optimize the Power Zone, for intraday charts, I've been live trading it with my own money on the line, manually tracking each entry. And I have to say, the results are better than I even thought when I originally hoped for. Look at that, 278% account growth over the last 16 months. 78% win rate. We took it to the next level. We automated the whole thing. That means no more time glued to half a dozen screens. I've done it. No back of a napkin math. Your life just got a whole lot easier. Comes out about 12:05. Set your watch. Then you place a quick trade to take advantage of it. You know you got the confidence with the accuracy on live trade so far, like with gold on September 24th. Now, not much going on during the morning trading hours, just noise. But then right on time during the Genesis Hour, gold was there, 78% confidence rating. You'd been automatically alerted right around the clock. Anyone who placed a quick trade, follow along, could have seen an 83% gain on ticker GLD. Now, the program's been coded to take care of the big stocks, give us big opportunities with these indexes. Also, gold and oil are involved. That way, you automatically target the fastest horse once the smoke clears and U.S. traders take over the market. Like string of trades in May of 2024. We don't care the market's going sideways. Genesis is when we're going to pay attention. Right on time during the Genesis Hour, the SPY was breaking out in the Power Zone, and sure enough, a massive rally came next. Hear that ding? John, I know you could do it. Right there at 12:05. And after taking 30 seconds to place a quick trade, go back to your day, do something else. Only 24 hours later, cashed out with a 106% gain on that option. Here to ding, learn your new trade entry. And just 24 hours later, cashed out with 158% gain. That don't stop there. During the earnings week, Malgo sent out a third alert on SPY, like clockwork, same time every day. Cashed out with a 96% gain. $1,000 invested, each probably would have paid out $6,000. For someone even more confident, might have been 5 times as much. That would have been $18,000 in a week. That's getting your attention. Now, folks, I know you'd like to make that time and money in a month. let alone 1 week. But you might be asking yourself, is it really that easy? A lot of work went in this. We eliminated a lot of obstacles. Well, it depends on who you ask, running countless strategy tests, working with market data, sophisticated programs to build this tool. That wasn't easy. You know, a programmer programs things you think he's going to program, but you got to test it. Problem is, they hear one thing and you might be wanting something else. I know some of y'all have had experience with that. But fast forward to today, we've got it, getting a simple entry alert to my phone with all the information needed to make the trade. Riding the bike would be simpler, waiting for Genesis to alert me, right there. And if I like the trade, click a few buttons, I'm all set. Like back in June, on Monday, no action in SPY of the morning as expected. During the Genesis hour, here we go. Y'all saw it. With the Genesis hour, you received the alert, heard the ding, and only 2 days later, 87% gain. Now, who wants to do that? We're going to do that in a little bit. Who wants to do it? Because we're able to get signals in a split second without taking tons of time on in and getting execution advantage. For example, the next day, same exact story, June 11th, like paint dry in the morning, no money to be made before noon. Here comes Genesis, right on schedule, 103% gain all week long. Folks could have made money on the Genesis hour. Wednesday, maybe out fishing. I'm not a fisherman, but this doesn't eliminate fishermen from being part of Genesis. Well, waiting for the fish to bite, hear that ding? 82% gain. Thursday, another ding, maybe out on a ride, enjoying the summer air, 94% gain. Or Friday, just getting yourself centered, right? Preparing for a nice, relaxing weekend. One final ding for the week, right at noon, 160% gain. If someone had started with 1,000 each trade that week, they would have pocketed $5,275. This gets your attention when you see this kind of stuff. That's without compounding any of the gains. 5,000, 26,000 in a single week. And the best part is there's been zero heavy lifting on our part. In fact, the algorithm is so good, hey, I think it does a better job of assembling the data today. No loss of focus, no loss of distraction. You get the information delivered right on your plate. After unleashing it into the market a few months now, the results have been outstanding. Look at that account growth from people. I'm ready to take it to the public. Hey, this has got the changes. This has got everything you want. If you're searching for the latest, greatest indicator or trading software, it requires you to manually do all the legwork. Keep second guessing yourself, getting wrecked by your emotions. This thing's like a machine every day. It tees up the opportunity. What time? 12 o'clock. Best trade of the year lit. Let's get it going. So if you're ready to tap into future trading with an entirely new way to approach the market, you're invited officially to take charge today of your financial future. Genesis. Smart algo knows that isolates these stocks breaking out during the most powerful trading hour of the day when Wall Street's in control. Automatically generating alerts, everything you need to know on the go. Entry, where you enter, profit target, and stop loss. Now, before I reveal the full list of breakout stocks that Genesis flagged today, let me walk you through how the membership's going to work. Every day, I scan through the major tickers, get us in the right ballpark. When it flags one of these tickers breaking out during the Genesis hour, you'll immediately hear that ding in your pocket. That ding is very important. Alert hits your cell phone or computer. Get the entry, the ticker, the entry price, stop loss, where we're going for, and all the details are included. Practically set it, forget it then. Everything you need to target, what could be your next great win, 51% gain on ticker QQQ, set up as easy as 1, 2, 3. I like the count. You can opt in to receive automatic Genesis alerts via Telegram starting today. Get in the room. That way, there's no delay in getting your next entry signal. All the details on how to sign up can be found in your members portal. And I'll even walk you through that during the masterclass. Go to the masterclass. We'll answer all the questions. I'll be available to do that. And look to trade the underlying stock with these Genesis alerts arrive. That's totally okay. Now, if you want to target some of the big outside of returns I showed you today, you got to use options. If you use options, that's fine. You can use the most basic form of options available, call options. By applying them to the Genesis trades, no harder than shooting a layup. For those of you who want to dig a little deeper in options, other unique ways to leverage Genesis alerts, target great returns, we have a boot camp set up for you to go through. You'll learn how to leverage your time, your money, and how to use Genesis fully. Income techniques for those who prefer a safer approach. I even show you my personal method for selection and high-powered weekly options that are low price, that have shown the power to pay massive returns. That way, any new members who join today are equipped with the ground running. Options as low as $92 a contract, that's 92 cents, 107% gain. 84 cents, 266% gain. I'm going to find a 90-cent option today that qualifies and be posted in the Telegram room when I finish. So only, let's say 25 in each of these things could have been 93.25. Your VIP coaching program here at DTI running north of 10,000. Price tag seems fair when you talk about what you're getting. Not going to be 10,000. Before I open the doors, Genesis, here's what gets me really jazzed up about it. These gains are possible if you follow the app. Wall Street is aggressively selling when overseas markets are closed. Not only will these Genesis downside trades offer you a warning for some of your other investments, they also give you a clear-cut path to target big moves, like that crude oil trade. Profit entry, stop loss, everything you need to take advantage of. But let me be clear, the downside trades have the same profit potential as the upside, sometimes even a little bit more. Consider this market crash back in July. Each one would have been a home run trade, 168% gain on that spot, 283% gain on that spot, 324% gain on that GLD. 2000 in the last trade would turn into 84.80. And that's just one of the downside trades hit. With the Genesis downside trade bonus included, it's no surprise that the price of this exclusive membership is officially set at $42.95. If you join through the main app site, that's what you're going to pay. Because I'm live, $42.95 for 1 year process. If you take action right now, you're going to save money and you're going to be happy you did. Bonus number one, you're going to immediately whack off $500 of sticker price. But not just that. Since we have 5 trades per day on average, right? 5 times 5 is 25. That $500 discount times 5, we'll remove that off. $17.95 for complete access. That means that the current run rate, the type of opportunities I just showed you, you get the scholarship lane a lot faster. The entire membership could be paid off in less than a week. Old Prim, subscribed last Friday, already recovered his capital plus 1,000. Not bad, Prim. Not bad. Whitney, she's back at it. $500 in her first week. Got her process down. I love to see the newest members of Genesis Algo have the whole membership covered. It feels like no time. That's why I'm going to do bonus number 2, half off discount because I'm live. For the action takers today, let's make it an absolute no-brainer. We're slicing that discounted price half off. That takes the price from $17.95 to only $8.97. But this special $8.97 offer is only guaranteed for the first 100 through the door. If you want folks to take action in this room, you want to get this trade I'm about to put in there generated today. At that point, customer service teams like to get to the point where there's too many members on board. We had to cut it off. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on this one. I got 100 open. Who wants it? And that's it. It's up to the team if they want to take it. If you're ready to be one of the new members, click the link in the chat now. Let's do it. Go to dtitrader.com/Genesis. Set your watch when I finish talking. Within 10 minutes, I'll post a trade in the new Telegram room. Or call 904-706-3532. New Genesis entries waiting for you. Go to dtitrade.com/Genesis or call 904-706-3532. Once you take the best deal membership, don't close the page. You'll get a unique opportunity to turn it into a lifetime, make it a no-brainer. You'll get free access to the Genesis Algo Indicator. Put any stock in here, it'll tell you. This Genesis entry signal on the 5 most popular tickers, but publishing what we've done now makes it even more value with the changes we made. You get instant access to it for free. Even more, these epic setups, even more stocks, all on your own time. Get the lifetime, take one of the best deal memberships. Only 100 people will be eligible, and I wouldn't be shocked with it. Don't miss out. They're going to fill up fast. Genesis, go to dtitrader.com/Genesis or call 904-416-1776. Can't wait to get you on board. If that's you, you're ready to take control of your finance, well, welcome on board. Inside your memory report, you're going to see another bonus value at $9.95. You can access immediately for free. A special cheat sheet available. No one else has it in the world. You'll have it on the inside on the stocks. Click the link in the chat or give us a call. If you're a gold member, you know who you are. Call in as well because I've instructed our team to give you a special bonus so good, you'll be jumping out of your seat. Go to dtitrader.com/Genesis or call 904-416-1776. This Genesis has been, I worked on it a long time to do it, and I got it. You want it. And over the last few weeks, Genesis Algo with a few friends, they love it. Here's one of the first trades right there. 500 on that one, paid out 15. That's triple. Folks, just hear from some of the students. Old Dickens said 1930 in profit in less than 4 days. Nancy, 1606. Denise wrote in up on her small account. Eddie's been 100% successful. I go on and on and on and on. Here's a few more top stories. George, 28 years, been trading. He likes what I do. But hey, we're going to get there if you're part of my Genesis program. DB's up 12 on 3 trades. Love it, DB. Sylvia, out of Canada, subscription paid. KP in the first week, back, subscription. Robert, 2,000, everyone should be part of it. Amazing stories. Can't wait to hear more people like Robert, Sylvia, and George. If you're watching right now, go ahead and join while I'm live. Grab your lifetime plus the indicator on the next page. Genesis entries waiting for you. Go to dtitrader.com/Genesis. And there's one thing I want you to remember. You got to be part of it to take advantage of it. It's this. As you clearly see, less profit from what we know is the most powerful hour in the market. Rest is noise. Genesis hour is the real money, and it spins. Breaking out during Genesis hour. Look at the Russell small back in June, right there. Opening hours, we got you going one way, and you'd have been shocked by the morning drop. But then Genesis hour, everything changed. With Asia and Europe markets closed, noise gone. Able to quickly see the Russell was alerted automatically. The process. Look what came next. 114% gain. Gotta love it. What happened again on July 16th? In the morning, markets drifted slightly higher, not a ton of directional bias. The bank on during the Genesis hour, Wall Street showed the cards, IWM. Small cap started breaking out. Those boring lunch hours were turned into a massive opportunity. The entry alert on IWM, taking in about 30 seconds to place trade, 125%. And that's not gorgeous enough. Watch it happen one more time. July 22nd, morning noise. Genesis breakout. You see the process. Built-in option selection, profit, and targets. 280% gain. Go to dtitrader.com/Genesis. And like I mentioned earlier, notice that stocks are actually most active bullish during 12 rounds. So backwards from what most people were taught. Take a look at that report over the last 10 years. showing you what I'm talking about. Now you got a computer generated algo that's going to do all the work for you. Find the trades. What you're looking at is the average movement of S&P during each hour of the day, 11 a.m., and so on and so forth. 12 p.m. is historically the most bullish time to trade. Check it out. And even night close, you can call 904-706-3532, Neil. You won't miss out on the Genesis Hour. You won't miss the next automated entry from the Genesis Hour. I've got it right here. 10 minutes after I quit typing, go to the Telegram channel. You will see it. DTItrader.com/Genesis. $17.95 offers a no-brainer, but at $8.97, hey, let's go for scholarship. Be fearless not to try it. Before we open up the chat, go through a few commonly asked questions. Can members receive automatic alerts as soon as today? Yes. Genesis alerts via Telegram and platform is free, easy to sign up. How many alerts can you expect after running many models across many tickers? About 2 to 5 alerts per day with a 78% win rate. Okay? Is Genesis for beginners? Absolutely. And you've got 14 days to try it out. 14 days. That'd be a master class? Yes. Next week I'll do one. Glad you mentioned options or they're complex computing. These are not confusing. I'll teach you how to tap in. I'll show you step-by-step way to do it. Jonathan's putting it on the calendar right now, next week. Do you have profit target starts built in? Absolutely. I teach my risk management techniques plus additional tips, insights, and things to do. You don't need a big account to do this. The options are cheap, around $100. Now remember, I told you today it's going to be somewhere around 90 cents. Today's live webinar is only guaranteed for the first 100. Make sure the customer team is fully equipped to get new members up and running. Once we hit the 100 mark, you don't pay the $42.9, you don't pay the $17.95. You call, here's what Kevin said. Genesis program helps them understand the changes in the markets when Europe's not trading anymore. It improves his entry and his exit position. He strongly recommends for beginners and experienced traders. Tom and my team are the best. I agree with you, Kevin. Go to DTItrader.com/Genesis or call 904-416-1776. And folks, in 10 minutes,